the great white hope, Donald Trump, picked his running mate for president. This guy is vice president, going to be the vice president if the great white hope wins. And it's a if because we have to wait and see. I want to encourage you, do what you want, really. But why not live a wait and see life? Why do you think you got to know now or that you do know, or you're consulting with your empty mind, your deceiving mind, making you think you know what the outcome going to be? You really don't know. Be honest. You don't know what tomorrow going to bring. Think not about tomorrow. But we're hoping that the great white hope win. And I know it looked like he might because a whole lot of folks are for him. But wait and see, and that way, whatever happens, if he wins, you'll be grateful. If he doesn't, you won't be angry. All right? And they want you angry. If you notice, your enemy wants you angry. Because as long as you're angry, you're emotional. As long as you're emotional, you're controlled by evil. And that's what evil people want. All evil people, and all people are evil except for those who are working on overcoming. They are evil, and they want you to be the way because they know they can control you. Evil is not of God, and it's not necessary. It's a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil. Amazing, huh? But anyway, J.D. Vance was Trump's VP pick. And, all along, I was saying that I like the guy down in Ohio, and I couldn't keep remembering his name, and people remind me it's J.D. Vance. Because there's something about J.D. Vance. He seems, and I don't know, I'm saying, he seemed to be a solid person. I've seen him in several debates, and he's not afraid, no matter what color you are, male or female, he doesn't appear to be afraid to stand up and speak about what's important for the country. He doesn't seem, and I'm saying because I don't know yet, we'll learn more as we go, I guess, he doesn't seem to be a very emotional person. He might be, but it just doesn't seem that way. And I was thinking about all these other choices he had with the guy from Florida, Rubio, the black guy from South of North Carolina, Tim Scott Wheat, Beta, and all the other choices. They were nice, but they were not presidential leaders. They seemed more like mama boys, especially Tim Scott, all down on his knees, proposing to the woman at the beach and then making a picture of it and sending it out there. What the? And he wanted to be VP. Well, Trump have decided, according to the Daily Mail, Trump picked Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate. And this is a picture of Vance in a formal, Vance is a former Marine. He was elected to Senate in 2022. And whatever his word, his wife is Mrs. Vance. Mrs. Vance. And I don't know for sure, but I think I heard that his wife is a lawyer. That's not good. That means that if she's a lawyer, she's going to want to be up front as he is. She's going to want to be seen and everything and let the kids suffer at home if they have kids. Put the kid, they have 3 children, I'm told. Put the kids with mama somewhere or nanny and let me be out there with you, Vance. What is this old world coming to? But we'll see. But it was just something, we'll see how it goes. I don't know how this guy's going to work out, but I know amongst all the other choices, Nikki Haley, nope. And some woman from Arizona, nope. And some other woman they were mentioning, they don't have it. Look at that, poor Beta. Tim at the beach, on the knees at the beach. Begging. Ain't going to be begging the rest of his life. But anyway, This is from Fox 8. Back when Vance was a Senate primary candidate, he addressed his previous attacks on Trump. Watch this.
We're going to ask each of you about your views on former President Trump. But Mr. Vance, we do begin with you. You've admitted you've changed your mind on Donald Trump, but in the past you've said, quote, I'm a never Trump guy, quote, my God, what an idiot, and quote, God wants better of us. All statements you have either said or tweeted about Donald Trump at some point. The question, you have 60 seconds. Why should Trump voters, Trump supporters, vote for you?
Yeah, look, I mean, all of us say stupid things, and I happen to say stupid things very publicly. I've been very public about the fact that I voted for the president in 2020, that I was wrong about the president back in 2015, 2016, and that he's been the greatest president of my lifetime for the very simple reason. There are many, but one very important reason is that he revealed the corruption in Washington, D.C. I mean, who would have believed 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that the FBI would actually investigate illegally, get an illegal wiretap on a sitting U.S. presidential candidate. We saw that. Trump revealed it, and he revealed it in a way that showed us the stakes of the fight, which is why I'm running for this office in the first place. One thing I'd point out is that I was just north of 30 years old when I said a lot of those things. A lot's changed in my life. I re-engaged with my faith. I got baptized 3 years ago. I've had 3 kids since then. A lot's different. And one of the things that's different is that I did change my mind about Donald Trump. He was a great president. And I think at the end of the day, one of the things this race presents is an opportunity. Who actually agrees with Trump on the core issues of trade, of immigration? Who's willing to fight for an America First foreign policy? I think that's clearly me.
Thank you, Mr. Vance.
Nice. Amazing. And he's a millennial. And I have to tell you, he is one of the most mature millennials I've ever seen. He seemed like an adult. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know. We don't know what it's going to be like, but he seemed mature, business mind, and on it. He was able to see that he was wrong. And when he realized he was wrong about the Great White Hope, he changed his view. Most people can't do that. Most people can see that they're wrong, but they stay wrong. It doesn't change them. So this guy's a millennial. I didn't know that until the other day at some point. And he's very, very, I thought he was like one of the old timers. They don't make him like that anymore. He's like he appears to be like or Donald Trump. Maybe like Donald Trump's son or something, and he's growing into it. But he's a very, very mature millennial. I can't tell you when the last time I've seen a mature millennial. They're like, they're nice, but they're like little kids. I mean, immature, big body, they grow in stature, but not in mind for some reason. This guy's a millennial, so that's good. He'll be around for a while. So I wish him well. Congratulations to J.D. Vance. And I couldn't tell you why and you can ask all my friends that have been hanging around me, anybody that heard it, I'm always saying, you know what? That guy from Ohio, he seemed to be good for Trump. He would look like he would be a good VP. He seemed to be a good VP, but we will see. I don't know what the outcome going to be with JD, but we will see. And apparently, evidently, Trump saw the same thing. I didn't know Trump was thinking that way about. As a matter of fact, I don't know, if I would have really thought about it, I would have thought JD was probably the last person Trump was going to pick. I don't know if I would have thought that. But apparently he was thinking the same thing. You know maturity when you see it. And it's so rare, especially with men, it's so rare in America today that it's not even funny. It really is. So it kind of stands out when you run into it. Amazing. So congratulations. And apparently Trump showed up last night at the Republican convention. As some of you know, the Republican convention started last night. You know, another thing I realized, and he showed up and it was amazing. He had the patch on his ear where he was allegedly shot. or the bullet did what it did, and he showed up with the patch. He didn't look very well, though, sitting there. He looked kind of like he should have been at home resting after the hospital instead of being out there like that. But we'll see. We will see. Amazing. So it is on now. There you go. Look at the patch. Can't keep a good man down. He doesn't look like he's feeling well. Maybe the medication didn't wear off yet. Oh, nice. This is Trump showing up at the Republican convention last night.
I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. Because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know
The Great White Hope. Speaking of white history, the Great White Hope.
the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the
USA. Amazing. Hey, Tucker.
We are here tonight.
That's Tucker Carlson.
And that is to elect
That's
Donald
Trump's
J.
wife,
Trump
right?
as the next president of the United States.
No, that's his son's wife.
Is
That woman in the white?
Oh, yeah, that's that woman.
He is here tonight to show his courage, his defiance against somebody who tried to kill him. You will not
This
take
goes on for
this
another
man
minute, so you're
down.
gonna have to.
He has the
I'm not reading the
courage,
room
the strength,
if you wanted to.
and he will be
What?
the
I said
next
this goes on
president.
for another minute. I don't know if you wanted me to stop it.
Not yet. The Great
From the
White
lakes
Hope.
of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea. Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th President of the United States and soon to be the 47th President of the United States, please welcome Donald J. Trump. Oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
See the patch on his ear? You see the patch on his ear? Amazing, huh? The Great White Hope. When I hear that song, I happen to know, I don't know him, but I've been speaking at several events with Greenwood, and he's really a decent man, appeared to be a decent man. And I love that song. But that song reminds me of the way America was at one time. And it's no longer that way. It's a memory to sing about, but it's no longer that way. That doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. And one thing I like about the Republican conventions as opposed to the Democrat convention, you can see the difference between night and day. The spirit of the Republican convention they seem to want America. They want it. Whereas when the Democrat convention appear, it's no life. It's all a pretense. But in all honesty, America is not. Look how beautiful that song was, and look at the emotion that come with it, and the people feel it. And you see the Great White Hope there. America is not like that anymore. It's gone. I was thinking about when you go into a grocery store. I was just reflecting on that this morning. that you can literally go into a grocery store now, probably any store, and most of the merchandise has been taken by the criminals. The stores are empty, and you never find the best whatever product that you're looking for. And if you do, it have to be locked behind some lock. But I want you to think about this. The government, which were hired to make the laws and then make sure the laws were enforced, have decided that they were going to switch and give the criminals permission, the green light to just go nuts, go into your stores and steal right in front of you. And if you try to stop them, they'll fight you, and you'll get in trouble for fighting with them. They have given the criminal permission to do that. And it's out of control. It's not even unusual to walk into a store now and you see people stealing, taking their products and just walking out. And the employees are just looking. They see there's nothing they can do. The government has done that. Think about that. And what's even worse is that you keep hiring the same government. You vote in the same government, you, the people, the voters. I don't know who's worse. The government for taking the side of the criminal and locking you down, or the people who vote for the government. What is wrong with your mind that you vote for people that are going to support the criminal and go against you? And I noticed that the more females that get involved in our government, whether it's the police department, city council, so-called mayor, congressmen, senators, whatever, the more women that get involved with it, the worse things get because they have that mama spirit and that, oh, the criminal need help too. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. It doesn't even make, it makes sense because I understand good and evil, but it doesn't make sense. That is actually happening, and everyone knows it. They passed a bill up in San Francisco putting a curfew on the businesses, not the criminals, but the businesses, telling them that they have to shut down a certain time of the night. And if they don't do it, they're going to be fined something like $1,000. I may be wrong, $1,000 or so. They're punishing the businesses and not the criminals. And you hear these people come on TV and they explain it as though what they're saying makes sense. Anyway, my American's not there anymore. That was Lee Greenwood's song. And he's a big fan of, big supporter of the Great White Hope, Donald Trump. And he and Trump put out the God Bless the USA Bible. Remember that? Bible inspired by Lee Greenwood. Patriot anthems and hit song, God Bless the USA. Lee Greenwood wrote that song back in 1984. He sang it at the convention last night. Lee Greenwood's 81 years old now. What the? According to Wikipedia, 81. Everybody getting old. Except baby Jessica's daddy. So the president showed up last night, patch on the ear. Looked like he needed a little more rest from the attempted assassination. We're hearing all kinds of things about the guy that was accused of trying to kill the president. There's some people saying he was on the roof, and some of the people who were at the rally, they saw the guy on the roof. They were saying that the police climbed somewhat up on the roof, holding both hands. He saw the guy up there, then the guy pointed the gun, according to the report, to the police. The police fell down trying to protect himself. So it's a lot of, and we would never know the real deal because the media is not going to tell you. The CIA and others are not going to tell you. So you would never know what's really happened, how it really went down. But thank God that the Great White Hope is fine. And congratulations to J.D. Vance. I wish him well. We'll see how he does.